Just before we start with today's video, I just want to let you know that I am currently doing a giveaway for a £10 or $10 Steam gift card. Details on that will be in the description below, and I hope you enjoy the video. Today I am doing a top 5 defenders for Rainbow Six Siege, currently for Year 4 Season 2. Bearing in mind this is my personal opinion, let me know if you agree with this list, and or just let me know what your top 5 would be. So coming in at the number 5 spot, I have put Doc. Now Doc has been very viable since the beginning of the game and still is to this day, due to being the only healer on defense, which makes him one of the best, and the fact that he owns an ACOG is just another bonus. I don't think any changes are gonna come to Doc for quite a while, because there is not much to him that needs to be buffed or nerfed. He just simply heals your teammates and yourself. Healing yourself once will give you 40 plus HP per stim, but if you're on full health it will go up to 140. But you cannot stim twice to get to 180. It will cap at 140. Also, another little thing you can do with him is if you revive someone specifically with your stim pistol, they will get back up with 40 plus HP. So that's pretty good. I just feel like Doc deserves to be in this spot, just because, like with any game that has a healer, they tend to be one of the best, or I should say like one of the most useful. If you can think of a game where a healer is trash, then let me know, because I would actually like to see what trash healers game devs would think is a good idea. And obviously you have the MP5 and P90, which are both incredible weapons. I have seen the P90 pick rate go up a lot, but I would still recommend the MP5 due to its little recoil and good damage. For secondary, you have the Magnum or P9. This is really all personal preference, but I would recommend, if you have good aim, then try out the Magnum, but if not, then I'd say the P9. And for his secondary gadget, he has barbed wire and a bulletproof camera. I personally use the camera just because intel is really important on defense, and I just feel you're better off knowing where someone is specifically using a cam than having to hear a little rustle from barbed wire. So coming in the 4th spot, we have Valkyrie. Now, despite having one of the worst weapons in the game, which is still reliable if you can use it well, she has one of the best gadgets in the game. The intel you can get with Valkyrie cams is insane. Her gadgets is pretty much a pokeball that you can chuck onto any surface, anywhere, and it's a camera that can look in pretty much every angle. So you can see where this is going, right? Bearing in mind she had 3 of these, so that's intel for days. A good Valkyrie player can carry hard in ranked. No matter if you're copper or in diamond, Valkyrie is still viable in every rank. Although she may seem simple to use, knowing where to throw the cams on certain maps of certain objectives is key. Hence why I said a good Valkyrie player can carry hard. So if you're interested in playing Valk, then make sure to learn camera spots, as that's pretty much the most important thing about her. Honestly, Valkyrie is one of my favourites to play, just because learning camera spots for her is so fun, and the way you kind of have to stand in certain spots and like look at a specific spot and throw it for it to land at a certain spot. How many times did I just say certain? But yeah, that's really satisfying for me. It kind of reminds me of how in CSGO you would throw smokes across the map for it to land in a specific spot. It's kind of like learning those sort of things for Valkyrie. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Valkyrie no matter if you're new or months into the game. Like I said, for her weapon, it's not the best. It does have the lowest damage in the game, I believe, but if you can aim good, then this shouldn't be a problem. Valkyrie also comes equipped with a nitro cell. Then being able to throw nitro over into the crowded area is insane. And on top of all this, she has a deagle. Who doesn't love a deagle? Just make sure your team doesn't scan 24/7. So coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Mirror. Mirror is kind of used in the same way as Valkyrie. Like, I feel like if Valkyrie was an anchor, it would be Mirror. And now Mirror is probably one of the most banned operators in the game, so when she's not, make sure to actually make use of her. Here's why. She's a hard anchor, is able to control an area, can gather intel, and has a pretty intimidating gadget. More intimidating than Chunker, I know. She has a one-way bulletproof mirror that can be anchored onto soft or reinforced walls. When attackers come across a mirror, they are most likely to run the hell back. Whoever is sitting behind the mirror has the ability to be able to know who, how many, and where exactly the attackers are standing in real time. Like, it's literally just looking through a window, and you can just simply peek and melt people. Not that you should peek her mirror all the time, but you you see how intimidating it is for the attackers. They don't know who is behind it when you're going to randomly peek, and if you're even behind it, like I said, it's a one-way bulletproof glass. Like, you might not even be behind the thing and they're still scared. So yeah, having a mute jammer by your mirror will be really effective, as it would be hell for them. And not only that, but she has a Vector SMG which melts attackers in seconds if you can control the recoil there. She also has a nitro cell which I recommend you use over the deployable shield, because if you're good you can use a mirror to advantage, stand back, chuck the nitro over the wall. Just watch out for the twitch strain. Coming in at our number 2 spot. Now this one was hard for me. I mean, it wasn't hard to pick number 2 and 1, but it was hard to whether to put number 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. So number 2 and 1 are kind of in the same spot for me, but I come to a conclusion that Echo has come in the number 2 spot. Although recently getting a nerf, he is still the second best operator in the game, due to one simple reason, and I am sure you have all heard it before. It can stop bomb plants. I hate to say it, but it's true. Echo has 2 yokai drones that can hover around and jump and stick to ceiling. Once stuck, your drone will go cloaked. Not only do you now have really good intel and the attackers have no goddamn clue where they are being pinged from, you can also disorientate the enemies by stunning them with your drone. You have 2 charges at once, but they do take time to replenish once using. Now, what makes Echo better than Maestro in my opinion is the fact that 1, his drone is cloaked. 2, he can stop a bomb plant just by a simple click, then hop away. Whereas with Maestro, you're stuck in one spot and you have to hold down a laser to kill them to deny the bomb. And whilst you're shooting your Maestro cam, it can easily get shot out. But that doesn't mean to say Maestro is bad, because honestly, if I had to give an honourable mention, it would be Maestro. But in terms of denying the bomb plant, Echo is far better. It's just a shame that he gets banned like 80% of the time, but you can see why. On top of all this, he has a really good primary weapon, the MP5SD, the MP5 but silenced. I'm pretty sure Echo's weapon does more damage than Doc and Rook, so that's pretty big in terms of who to pick for anchoring. And a Bearing 9 as a secondary, a submachine pistol. So he has an insane gadget, one of the best primary weapons, and also one of the best secondary weapons. He also comes equipped with a deployable shield or barbed wire, but I'd say go the shield just to protect yourself from getting shot from all sorts of angles. Now, I'm pretty sure you're aware of who is going to be in the number 1 spot. We have Legion. Now, let alone how goddamn good his gadget is. He has a really reliable SMG and probably one of the best on defense. It's easy to control the recoil, has decent damage, and is overall a really good weapon. But what we are really here for, his goon mines. His gadget is a little mine that cloaks, and if stepped on, it will make the loudest sound you've ever heard in your life. But not only that, it will do 10 initial damage when stepping on it, and then I believe it's now 4 damage over time for every tick. It did used to be 8, so you can see how AIDS this was. But yeah, 4 damage over time for every tick. Stepping on one will put a lot of pressure on the enemies, as their location will be given away. They can no longer sprint anymore, and they have to do an animation to pull it out. So yes, that's a lot just for stepping on one mine, I know. He has no doubt been the best operator in Rainbow Six Siege on defense for a long time, and you know he's good when even the pros would play only him for the rest of their career if they had to pick anyone, just simply on how good he is. He can collect a total of 8 mines. But he gets one every 30 seconds. So it does take time to get all 8, but even if you have 5 out, it's a big game changer. So being able to stick around till the end and put all 8 down is insane. And if I were to nerf him, believe it or not, it wouldn't have anything to do with his goon mines. It would be to take away his impact. Yes, he has impacts grenades upon all this. The fact he has impacts, like, is just arguably the best secondary gadget. And I feel like taking away the impacts from Legion would like deceives his ability to roam around the map and forcing him to be more of an anchor. So that's my top 5 for defenders. Let me know what you think of it. Who would your top 5 be? So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated on the latest tips and tricks, news and elite. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, goodbye.